warmly welcome you to today's episode of Tax Matters. My name is Olumuyiwa Matuluko. Some time ago, we brought you an interview with Mr. Moses Ibiloye, the tax controller of the FRS Micro and Small Taxpayers Office in Apapa, Lagos. Because of time constraints, we couldn't deliver to you all that Mr. Ibiloye had to say at that interview session. That is what we are going to be doing today. Mr. Ibiloye will be talking about, among other things, about TIN registration, that is taxpayer identification number. He'll be talking about acquisition of tax clearance certificate, withholding tax, self-assessment, and many other things. If you are ready, we are ready. The program is Tax Matters, and I am Olumuyiwa Matuluko.
How long it will take for you to clear my container?
I dey do am, Oga. Then Sable will go bring our team.
Our team? Which team?
Custom don't change, Oga. And FRS Sable.
And what you concern FRS with my business? I will talk to Gaba myself. You are fired. Oga Gaba, which one be this our team again?
The taxpayer identification number now the only way where you fit take do business with Nigerian Customs Service now. You fit process your own free tin, sharp for any FRS office.
Soji,
you just sack me, no.
Get our tin now.
This message now from Federal Inland Revenue Service and Nigeria Customs Service.
Mr. Ibiloye, you are welcome to Tax Matters.
Thank you, yes, Mr. Matuluko.
Yes, sir. We are going to still be talking about expectations. What do you expect, for example, from a company coming forward to register, to take TIN? But before that, this value-added tax filing, this monthly filing of value-added tax, we have had complaints from small business owners that because of the peculiarity of their business, most of them don't have resident accountants. You know, in Nigeria, you don't think you need a lawyer until you get into trouble. You don't see a doctor until you get into trouble. So, because of the small nature of their businesses, they don't have accountants. And they find it cumbersome to file monthly VAT returns. Is there anything you are doing to help small holders, small business owners?
Actually, to comply with the law, most often you don't have discretion. If it is law.
The law, it is the law.
Yeah, yes, if it is law. But the aspects that the government or the Federal Inland Revenue has already assisted, the form has been designed and the form is not all that cumbersome. You show the total income you make in a month. Then if somewhere along the line also there have been taxes that you have been incurred in terms of VAT, you show it, then you take a 5% of that your turnover and remit to the tax office. The filing or the computation is not a cumbersome something going by the way it has been designed in the form. This is the assistance that the tax authority or the federal government has rendered to make sure that it is something that is easy to the taxpayer to comply with, but it is the position of the law.
So the law is the law. You are not about to waive it. We have to file every month.
Not waive it because it is a law.
It is a law, and you are not thinking about waiving it for any category. If I want to come forward to register as a good citizen to become a taxpayer, what do you require from me?
Okay. You as an individual coming to Federal Inland Revenue Service to register, we will need to find out from you what exactly what you want to do. Registration meaning that to obtain taxpayer identification number, if it is individual and it's not as if you have business that you want to do, we advise you to go and register with the state tax authority, because they are the state is the one that has jurisdiction over your personal income tax on monthly basis. But where, like what we have discussed now, that you operate a business, though it's in your name, then you need to charge value-added tax. As a result of that, you need to come and register. And the business registration, the certificate of business registration that you have done with the Corporate Affairs Commission will be submitted. Then you fill a form which will show your address, if you have a bank, and those are the basic information. Present them. then we'll register you. If it is a limited liability company, the certificate of incorporation will be included. The memorandum and articles of association also will be included in the registration, and the questionnaire will be filled up. These are what it entails for the registration.
How long does it take?
It should just within 24 hours.
How much?
You mean how much?
How much?
No, it's free. You don't pay any kobo.
What when you discover that I'm not a newly registered company?
Okay, for a company that has violated a particular portion of the law, either by, say, you have been operating and you have been earning income before you now realize that, oh, let me come and register, then that will be a way of looking at what we have done before. Then the tax needs to be paid on those things. Though you will be registered, but assessment will be raised.
Why are you raising assessment? I have not come to ask for tax clearance certificate. I just want to register.
The issue of tax clearance certificate has nothing to do with the payment of tax.
I have just heeded your call to come and register.
Yes, you pay tax because you have done a business, and since you have done a business and that is liable to tax, you pay tax on it, whether you are asking for tax clearance certificate or you don't ask for tax.
So it's like coming to bring trouble onto my head.
Whether you come or you don't come, like when I was explaining to you, before there was no collaboration between Federal Inland Revenue Service, Custom and bank. Now it is there. And the bank is furnishing us with information. Other organizations also are furnishing us with information. Whether you come or you don't come, one time or the other, you'll be caught.
Okay.
Whether you come or you don't come, many people are misconstruing that. They say, "Oh, is it because I'm coming to you?" It's not a question of whether you come or you don't come. With the collaboration here and there that is going between agencies, government agencies, one time or the other, every taxpayer will be caught. But it is the voluntary compliance is much more respected.
Okay. So there's no more hiding place. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be looking at tax clearance certificate. That one that we mentioned, when the man has actually come forward to come and ask you for something big. Don't go away.
Every day, my people they for work. Some they do office work. Some get them own business. So all of them want good road, constant power for better life. Whether now office work, pay your tax. Whether now your own business, pay your tax. If you want a better life, pay your tax. Now your civic responsibility, pay your tax. Better soup, now money cook am. Oh yes. Nothing goes for nothing, my brother. If you want potable water, security and hospital for make life jolly.
That's right. Good roads, good hospitals, portable water, adequate security all come from taxpayers' money. Play your part in making Nigeria great. Everybody, small scale, big companies, entrepreneurs, do the right thing. Pay your tax. This message is from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS.
Welcome back. The program is Street Tax Matters, and our guest remains Mr. Moses Ibiloye, Tax Controller, Apapa Micro and Small Taxpayers Office of the FIRS in Apapa, Lagos. We move on, sir. Tax clearance certificate. What is the procedure for acquiring TCC?
For an existing company that has registered with the tax office, having paid the tax liability for the immediate 3 past years, such an organization is entitled to tax clearance certificate, and you just submit your application and you get the tax clearance. For a newly registered company, if within 6 months of registration, that is getting the corporation registration from Corporate Affairs Commission, such organization can approach the Federal Inland Revenue Service and obtain tax clearance without any liability. Okay. You just submit the application and you get your tax clearance. For company that has been in operation for more than 6 months, that has been registered for more than six months, and has not commenced operation, such a company will pay pre-operational levy. Pre-operational levy is 20,000, and you submit your application, you pay that fee, then you get your tax clearance certificate. Those are the 3 categories of.
We look at withholding tax. When withholding tax is withheld from payments due to a vendor or a contractor, we know for a fact that withholding tax credit note is due. For transactions done at your MSTO level, how quickly can one acquire credit notes?
The payment will be done to the bank.
Yes.
Nobody go to the tax office and carry cash there nowadays. They check or cash, whatever it is. The payment is made to the bank, and once the payment is made to the bank, and the payment instrument, either cash or check or whatever, has cleared, the money will migrate to the federal government account, and electronically, the office system also will download it, and the receipt will be printed. Yeah. It doesn't take any hassle, and except if the check is lodged at the bank, it has not cleared, then at the tax office, the system cannot generate the receipt. But if the payment has been made and the check has cleared or cash has cleared, automatically the system in the office will generate the receipts and for the taxpayer to go there. But there may be a situation where the company that is deducting on behalf of government will now make payment to the bank. The system has generated the credit note, but that payer, it is not the beneficiary now. They not go to the tax office to collect then there may be a delay. But as it is now, with the system on ground now, the system generates the receipt automatically. So the credit note is available immediately. The payment has been made and it has cleared.
Wow.
It's still the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. If it is a withholding tax, it will be shown on it that it is a withholding tax, which that company can use in the future time to settle its liability. Okay. If it is a payment on a particular assessment, which is a liability, is still a receipt. It is the same receipt, but it's only the information on the two of them that will be different. That this one is a withholding tax, this one is evidence of payment receipt. Okay. So,
what about if I have my file at your tax office, at your MSTO, but the withholding tax deduction that I suffer is from another jurisdiction, another of the FRS offices? Confirmation and whatever, how long does that take?
If it is a credit note that is issued earlier than 2008, when the web portal is not there, it requires manual checking, meaning that the tax office where you submit it to, we need to write the office where it is generated, because you have to establish that that payment was actually made. But if it is between 2008 and today now, the office where you want to make use of that credit note has the access to the electronic information. It's just a question of opening the web portal and confirm. They don't need to go to anyone. Okay. It can be done immediately.
Okay. Now let's look at self-assessment. These small business owners, 1 naira to 200 million naira turnover, that are under your jurisdiction, how easy is it for them to practice self-assessment, to follow the self-assessment rules put in place by the FRS?
The self-assessment have been in place for more than 15 years now. What it means is, instead of filing your annual returns and now be waiting for the tax administrator, the tax officials to issue the assessment, the form has been designed. You understand? You have already done your tax computation. Your auditors have done it. It's just a question of writing it on that assessment and make payment. That's what self-assessment is all about. Okay. You have done that computation before submitting the annual returns. But this time around, instead of you now wait, you first of all submit the returns, then the tax authority, the tax official will now start translating the figure you put on the paper into the assessment. No, collect that assessment form. As at the time you are bringing it, just write it, then go and make payment.
Has that been happening?
That's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. It's not, the system is not introducing anything new. Okay. It is what has been in practice before. I should assess myself to tax and make that payment. Actually, taxpayers always assess themselves to tax because you need to make use of external auditors who will prepare your account. And what is required as part of the annual returns is the audited account and the tax computation. You must do that tax computation. It is that tax computation that you, instead of just submitting it to the tax office and now be waiting for another 60 days. No. The figure you already put on that your tax computation, put it on the self-assessment form and go and make payment. So you don't need to wait because it is a way of reducing the waiting time between the time the taxpayer will file the returns and the federal government will have that money. So the day you are filing your returns, you make your payments that day. So it's just a collection mechanism. It's not a new thing. It's not a strange thing. It's not increasing the burden on the taxpayer.
What if I fail to file my returns at the right time, this self-assessment? What if I fail to do it? What do you do? What does the tax authority do?
In the past, the system, the tax law requires that the tax official should raise assessment on what we refer to as a best of judgment. Say, okay, since you operate in this industry, or these are the turnover, or these are what you paid in the past 3 years, then you should be able to pay this. Then they will raise that assessment, which you need to pay. But in the recent time, because like I said, we believe so much in voluntary compliance. Now that the government year has started now, it is expected of the tax office to first of all write the first letter from this week, the first letter end of January, maybe by March, you write another letter. The content of the letter is to remind your taxpayer, especially those who have December 31st as accounting date, that is their year end, the accounting year end is December 31st, 2013. You write this month to let them know that you are going to pay your tax in June 30th, 2014. You write another letter in March. So around April, May, you'll write another letter. The essence of this is you don't want the taxpayer to actually fail. Because the beauty of taxation is not to start charging penalty. Therefore, we want to encourage voluntary compliance. By the time you receive the first letter, the second letter, to say that your filing, the due date for filing is also time, please comply. And apart from that, if you intend not to pay in full, start paying on installment basis now. So, if at the end of the day, the taxpayer still fail, then your question is, what do you expect us to do? What the law expects us, what the self-assessment regulation says is, now you now visit the taxpayer, you look at his operation, you extract information from him, and you raise what you refer to as an administrative assessment, which needs to be paid. Failure to pay, the enforcement team will visit the place. Where that one also fail, then the Federal Inland Revenue Service can take such a matter to tax tribunal for recovering of the liability, but assessment will be raised.
Sir, apart from the clearing and forwarding agents and people of their kind in that your area of jurisdiction, what other businesses are prominent? Eateries, petrol stations, whatever. Apapa is a very vibrant place.
Yeah, I agree with you. We have traders. We have traders in Apapa there. We have eateries. We have hotels around us there also. For petrol station, some of them will have their headquarters elsewhere, and they provide they file their returns from their headquarters. But for traders, we have a lot of traders also with us. We have eateries with us. We have all these other small businesses around us there, apart from the clearing and forwarding agents.
Okay. So what's your relationship with them? I mean, for example, if you have an eatery in your area of jurisdiction, do you collect VAT from that eatery, or it is filed through their headquarters?
Where they are, well, the majority of, or let me say all of them that we have with us, they have their headquarters elsewhere where they file their returns at the central place. Yeah, so you don't expect them to be filing.
Okay, so companies of that kind do not file at their local area of operation. Okay, centralized. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, waiting be this.
The deduction now for withholding tax.
Withholding guinea. Look, if you not pay me my correct money today, hey, Munu get made you half for.
But madam, should be your company paying income tax.
Yes, that one I enough load for me to carry. Why you not want come add join them again?
You see, withholding tax now advance payment for income tax. So when you do some kind job like contract, we go remove small from them when we won't pay you.
I don't go contract am up. No. I bet tell me another.
No. We must pay the money to FIRS within 30 days, and they go give us withholding tax credit note to take show say you don't pay part of your income tax in advance.
So
now to help make the money where you go pay at the end of the year small.
So this withholding tax something, it be like part payment of no.
Exactly, madam.
I beg you, give me my check.
Remember, come collect your credit note.
Withholding tax now for we own good. FIRS, it pays to pay your tax.
We are coasting home. Let's look at 2014. Look at the crystal ball. How are you likely to do in 2014? Apapa MSTO.
With the way we have arranged ourselves, I'm believing that the performance will be very brilliant this year. Only within the last, at least last week, we look at this international financial regulation standard, which is one of the key issues in the accounting industry now. We just trained about 22 officers. We attended a course, meaning that by so doing, we're on top of the game. So since that's what will form the basis of the returns that all the taxpayers will be submitting to us, some this year, some as from next year. Yes. So we are there, and I believe that the 2014 is going to be a brilliant year in terms of performance for us, and the relationship with the taxpayers also. We invited some stakeholders to that conference also. We started building a good rapport and relationship with the taxpayer, because this is what will form the basis of your performance. The training of the staff, the relationship with the and like what we have said also, the management also has provided us is a very good environment. It has a kind of it boosts the morale of everybody working there. Everybody wants to put in their best because the environment is good.
It's on that positive note that we draw the curtains on this enlightening interview. We must say that we have found you very interesting, and we do hope that very soon you will come back on set to further help us in educating our viewers. Thank you very much for coming on to the program. Thank you very much, sir.